I have a confession to make. I'm a fashion designer and I don't know how to draw. If you don't know me, I'm Anna. I'm an ex-fashion designer. I'm on a mission to build an amazing course for fashion design with you, so you don't have to go to fashion school to make your own clothing. So if that's something you're interested in, I suggest you subscribe to this channel and follow along. Okay, so in this video I wanted to talk about the fashion design process. The media kind of makes the fashion designer into something mystical figure that just has a genius knowledge about fashion and really knows how to draw things in just a few simple lines, beautiful fashion sketches created. But let me tell you this, in the real world, most designers actually can't draw. Most of the job of a designer is drawing it on a computer with a lot of technical help and many templates. For the longest time, I was really embarrassed to show my ugly sketches to anyone because I was really embarrassed and thought that no one would take me seriously as a designer. They're really bad. But that didn't stop me from actually making clothing for myself and for others. I mean, what is the point of a fashion sketch anyways? Getting an idea across to someone else. Usually it's a pattern maker, but in your case, pattern maker is you. The sketches only need to make sense to you. I mean, future you. So even an ugly sketch that is clear and understandable is fine. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, but I cannot draw. No, you don't have to. Okay. Long story short, let me walk you through my design process. First of all, it starts with a nice cup of coffee to keep the creative juices flowing. And yes, it needs to be a multi-step purpose because that is the special design brew. Then it's time to procrastinate a little bit. I mean, to research. I have actually quite a nice selection of beautiful fashion books, and it's always nice to crack them out, get lost in the different fashion centuries, and nerd out in the library. I love that too. Eventually, at some point, I stop romanticizing and pretending to be a designer and actually start the design process, which usually starts out with a problem. So, for example, if I'm going to the opera and have nothing to wear, or when my wedding is around the corner and I need a dress for that, or if I post naively a video online and promise you to make a design if you pick one. And thank you very much for participating, by the way. Of course, now the problem is to combine 1, 2, or 3 because the votes were split and I want to make everyone happy. At that stage, usually the sketches keep just following me around, and it's better to always take like a sketchbook or just any old piece of paper is fine to just get them out so you can refer to them later. And they're ugly. I cannot sugarcoat it, but those ugly sketches actually hold a kernel of a final design and they hold your idea. So if they make sense to you, they're fine. Usually it happens on like the corner of a stupid to-do list. Where the final design kind of jumps out to you, and then you're like, oh my god. And you get so excited about it. You want to make it. You want to jump right into it. You want this to be done. But hold your horses. Because now it's time to move into one of the most difficult stages of the design process, which is the decision making, aka the elimination process. Princess seam or just dividing seam? V-neck, we have a collar, do we have frills? Are you going to use gathers or pleats? Gathers or pleats? So at this stage, it's important to be sort of ruthless and just cut out everything that doesn't work. Or you could also do it like me, who is really bad at decision making. But because I'm a designer, I can make all my clothing that I want. So why not make variants of my design? No one can tell you what you can sew and what you cannot sew. You can make as many variants as you like. You can sew whatever you want. And that's very liberating. I want you to have this too. I want you to be able to say, hey, I want this and this and this, and I like how this looks, and I'm gonna make it for me. Then it's time to make life easier for your pattern making self in the future. You have to really articulate all of the decisions that you made in the design process, sketch it out clearly so you can understand it later. And it doesn't all have to be drawn out, you know, you can also make a few side notes. Because once the pattern making process starts, this kind of sketch is really going to be invaluable. Don't skip on that. If you have 5 random sketches flying around and you kind of want to combine it into something, just put them into one clear design and then move on from there to the pattern making stage. And in a nutshell, this is the design process. don't worry too much. This is actually the fun part. You can worry plenty more when it's time to do the pattern. I'm just kidding, or am I? I do want you to watch the next episode. I don't want to scare you away too much, but the pattern making process, it's not that easy, but we can make it work. You don't have to be afraid of it. It's not rocket science, okay? Before you go, I want to give you a little assignment. Let your creative juices flow. Make a lot of ugly sketches, drink a cup of coffee, and enjoy the design process. Okay, I see you in the next one.